Contrary to what you might hear on the internet, people are still moving to the Tampa Bay area, like 150 of them each day. One of the hottest areas is downtown Tampa. There is a lot of investment going into high-rise condos, restaurants, nightclubs, and shopping is all over the downtown area now. That's great for mostly young urban professionals, people who love constant movement, not really concerned about what the schools are looking like, or having a backyard. Most of the people that I deal with are looking to the suburbs. A little more relaxed lifestyle, better choice of schools, better value in homes. Yes, that's right. Some of the more popular neighborhoods out there are getting to be a little better value. Home prices that have skyrocketed over the last 4 or 5 years are starting to fall. These better neighborhoods are basically on sale. Something I haven't been able to say for 4 or 5 years. In this video, we're going to go over the 4 most popular neighborhoods in the Bay Area. The last one is not doing that well. Actually, it's losing ground. Homeowners over there are putting their homes on the market by the hundreds. What's it going to be like living in these neighborhoods? What do the schools look like? Who's going to fit? And more importantly, what it's going to cost you to buy a home. Before that, if we haven't met, my name is Mike LaVoy. I'm a realtor here in the Tampa area and have helped hundreds of people both buy and sell their homes. If moving to the Bay Area or anywhere around Tampa is something you're considering, give me a call. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about real estate here in the Bay Area. I'm going to start with probably the most talked about community in the entire Bay Area. It's pretty much a boomtown all of its own. There are more master plan communities going up here than pretty much anywhere in the state. I'm talking about Wesley Chapel. People have flocked to Wesley Chapel for several good reasons. It's only about 30 miles north of Tampa, making it very commutable and more affordable to live in down in the city. The airport is less than 40 minutes. Getting to Tampa at the wrong time, however, can be a 50-minute trip. We'll cover that deal in just a minute. Wesley Chapel has pretty much exploded with growth. There are several new subdivisions of new homes, every price range you're going to want. You're going to find townhomes from the mid-200s right up to the estate-size homes reaching about 1.5 million. Major shopping centers like the Shops at Wiregrass, the Groves, and Tampa Premium Outlets give you plenty of shopping. Literally dozens of restaurants. I don't believe there's a food group out there that's not available. There are several golf courses, Tiger Woods' new Pop Stroke, an ice skating rink, a hockey arena, sports centers, hiking, biking, kayaking. There's even a 7-acre man-made lagoon, Fishhawk Ranch. It's the first freshwater lagoon in the country, and it's amazing. Clear blue water, no salt water, white sandy beaches. There's a slide and a play area for the kids, a swim-up tiki hut and with adults for the drinks, paddleboarding, and it's a very unique place to spend the day. And did I mention it's fresh water, so there are no sharks. Wesley Chapel is a very diverse community when it comes to the housing. There is everything from apartments to multi-million-dollar single-family homes. The average sold price for a single-family home is just over $521,000. That's down from $530,000 last year, or it's about a 1.7% decrease. Those homes are selling for about 98% of what the home was listed at. The average home stayed on the market for the same number of days it did last year. It's 48. New home construction is flat out gone berserk. New homes are going up pretty much everywhere. And the more important thing is that they're actually being sold. New home builders are making some deals, giving some nice concessions, and discounting mortgage rates, sometimes into the 4% range. If you're thinking about new homes, now is pretty much the time to get a serious look. I was talking with a couple last week, and their comment was about the new subdivision that they look like stucco box fields. And I can see that. Some of these communities are rows of stucco boxes. My suggestion to them was to take a look at Fishhawk Ranch. Fishhawk Ranch is about 25 miles southeast of Tampa. It is an older subdivision. Some of those homes date back into the early 2000s. But that means there are trees that are grown. The homes have matured. Back then, land was not as expensive, so builders didn't have to cram as many homes as they do on an acre of land nowadays. That means bigger lots. Fishhawk is a very unique community. There's tree-lined streets, A+ rated schools, trails, resort-style pools, a couple of clubhouses, splash pads, a skateboard park. There is a town square with several stores and an ice cream store. They got Cherry's Bar and Grill is there too. The neighborhood was designed for families. There are homes available in Fishhawk. They start about $350,000 and get well into the millions. The most expensive one right now is $1.6 million. It's over in Chapman Crossings. The average single family home in Fishhawk sold for $567,000. That's an increase of about $6,000 from last year's $561,000. They're selling at 98% of list price, and the time to sell is way down from 43 days to 33 days this year. Another interesting fact is active listings in Fishhawk. They've actually doubled since May of last year. There are currently 77 homes for sale. Sales of homes have decreased from 30 in May of last year to 13 in this year. Those two metrics would normally indicate that prices have come down, but they haven't. One of the more popular suburbs since the 1950s has been Carrollwood. I lived there for 20 years or so and loved it. Carrollwood is about 10 miles from downtown Tampa. That makes it a perfect bedroom community for people who work downtown Tampa. Carrollwood started in the 1950s. Construction was completed and pretty much over by the mid-80s. So most of the homes are going to be older, much more mature landscaping, tree-lined streets, much larger lots. The elementary schools there are great. There's plenty of shopping all along Dale Mabry. Carrollwood is maybe, 6 miles from Citrus Park Mall, and there are stores all over there. The airport is 15 to 20 minutes away, as is Raymond James Stadium. There are several parks, a couple of golf courses. It is a neighborhood where you can go out at night for a walk and not be concerned. What really sets Carrollwood apart from the other new neighborhoods are the homes. They were built before master planned communities and stucco box-lined streets were put in. The homes have character. Unlike other neighborhoods, Carrollwood residents tend to stay put. Fishhawk Ranch, for instance, had 77 homes for sale at the moment. Wesley Chapel has a couple of hundred. Carrollwood has 19 homes now available compared to 23 last May. Like most neighborhoods in the area, Carrollwood home sales are slowing. There are only 9 in May versus 13 of last May. Active homes have also dropped from 23 to 19 this year. Inventory has dropped, but the demand hasn't. Prices in Carrollwood, especially in the villages, have risen by about 7.4% over May of last year. Those sold in May were sold at 100% of listing price. Demand in Carrollwood is still pretty much there. You can find homes in Carrollwood starting in the low 400s, running well into the millions of dollars. And the closer you get to the golf course or a lake, the more you're going to pay. Carrollwood has been one of the more popular communities for a long time. It's one of my favorite. But there's still, it's still crowded. Traffic on Dale Mabry can get to be busy, would be a good way to put it. Just north of Carrollwood is a small city of Lutz. And while they call it a city, it's, probably it's a little much. Lutz is an unincorporated community about 15 miles north of Tampa. Niche.com rates Lutz as an A+ overall place to live. Downtown Lutz consists pretty much of an Ace Hardware, post office, and the Aldi grocery store that's about to open up. There's also a brand new gas station, and that's about it. Oh yeah, there is the obligatory McDonald's. To tell the truth, there are several very nice family-run restaurants in the downtown Lutz. There are 3 or 4 golf courses, several parks, a sports complex, a lot of smaller, mostly service-type businesses. On the north side of Lutz, along Highway 54, you're going to find major shopping centers with the Lowe's Home Center as part of the deal. More restaurants, department stores, my favorite bagel place, Big Apple Bagels, brand new Sprouts Farmers Market, and if you really want to go shopping or get to some major restaurants, you're going to find all that at the outlet malls about 7 miles down Highway 54. Lutz is rural, but it really isn't until you get off the main highways. Once you get off the main street, it gets very rural very quickly. Residents there, they like it that way. Residents in Lutz are more likely to have chickens and alpacas in their front yard than they are going to have dogs. The diversity of homes is huge. Lutz was established in the 1800s, so there may be a few older homes left out there, like from the 1960s. And don't be surprised to find a home built in the 1950s listed at $800,000 or $900,000. It does happen. Single-family homes are priced in the low 300s up to about $4 million. Neighborhoods like Deer Park, Quail Hollow, Willow Bend have older, smaller homes, very nicely maintained homes, just a little bit older. On the other end of the scale, you got Cheval, Ladera, Carrollwoood Ranch. They're going to be much newer, much larger, and much more expensive. If you're looking for a home without an HOA, Lutz would be a good place to start your search. A lot of homes there don't have an HOA to deal with, and a good portion of them don't have CDDs either. The average sold price of a home in Lutz is about $648,000, which is down about 3.7% from last year's average of $673,000. These homes are being sold at 98% of list price, but it's taken a little bit longer to do that at 44 days as opposed to 38 last year. Inventory has increased slightly this year with 202 active listings versus 121 in May of last year. Don't forget, I'm a real estate agent and have been for more years than I care to remember. If you're thinking about moving to the Bay Area and have questions, give me a call. I've lived here for just over 30 years. I know some things and I can answer your questions. Some people who move to Florida have to be near the water, if not on it. I'm talking about the Gulf. Homes near the beach can be expensive. Homes on the beach are flat out expensive. Apollo Beach offers Gulf access without the high price, and those prices are coming down, and I'll cover that in just a minute. Apollo Beach is located about 20 miles south of Tampa in southern Hillsborough County. From Tampa, there are basically two routes to get there. Either way, you're looking at 30 to 40 minute drive and a good time. It'll be a lot longer during rush hour, probably closer to an hour. Apollo Beach is known as a boating community. The town was dredged out decades ago to create a very unique community. In the original part of the city, almost every home is on a canal that leads out to Tampa Bay. If you want to get some detail, I have you take a look at this video. I'll put it up in the corner. I think it's either over here or it may be over there. I forget which. What started out as a pretty small community has grown, like the rest of Tampa area, into a fairly good-sized city. You're going to have a sprinkling of shopping, some major, some not so much. One of the things I find nice about the area are the restaurants. They are, for the most part, small family-owned places to eat with some very good food. They are all over the place. Our favorites are Circle's Waterfront, Finn's Dockside, Apollo's Bistro, and the Salty Shamrock, but there are others, several of them. The Apollo Beach area is loaded with outdoor activities. There's parks, biking, golf, fishing, obviously boating. However, the beach, well, it leaves a little bit to be desired. The beach at Apollo Beach is about 2 acres and is part of the Apollo Beach Nature Preserve. Well, you can go out there and walk down the beach, sunbathe, do some shore fishing. Swimming is not allowed, and they have staff on hand to make sure you don't. Niche.com ranks Apollo Beach with an overall A rating. Schools are ranked at A-. Nightlife is, well, not that good. Let's just say you're going to have to run into Tampa for any real nightlife. Residents have a very relaxed urban lifestyle. They're close enough to be in Tampa if you have to, but far enough away that it feels, I guess, rural. Besides Apollo Beach itself, there are several communities in Apollo Beach. The more popular are going to be Indio Creek, Mirror Bay, and Waterset. The diversity home prices runs the gamut from just over $200,000 to just under $20 million, like $1 under $20 million. There are several homes currently for sale that had been built prior to 2004. Those are going to be primarily in Apollo Beach proper and Covington Park. Indio Creek, Mirror Bay, and Waterset, among others, have homes that have been built a lot more recently. Indio Creek and Waterset are still growing. So what's actually selling in Apollo Beach? And the honest answer is not much. At the end of May, there are 413 homes listed in Apollo Beach. Sales have been picking up slightly. There were 76 transactions this year, and last year there was 49. But so has the number of new listings. There are 87 new listings in May of 2024, 105 in 2025. If you add numbers over the last year, there were 1,165 homes listed, 643 sold. Those homes are staying on the market longer at 79 days versus 69 last year. That increased inventory means buyers have a much larger selection, can work with sellers on price, or get concessions a lot more than they could have a couple of years ago. Sellers have been getting a lot more agreeable. Sold prices in Apollo Beaches has also dropped. Last year, the average home sold for $603,000. This last month, May, the average home was $578,000. On average, that's a drop of $26,000, or about 4.5%. If I break it down by price ranges, homes over $1 million have seen a sold price drop of about 10%. Homes between $500,000 and $1 million have seen less than 1% decrease. Homes under $500,000 have been hit hard. Those homeowners are looking at 14% drop in price. Around the Tampa area, there are very few communities that have any kind of appreciable decrease in prices. Apollo Beach happens to be one of them. Still, I wouldn't consider a 4.5-point decrease significant. There are some fantastic places to live in and around the Tampa Bay area. If you're thinking about buying a home here, we'd love to help. New or pre-existing, we are here to help you get into the Tampa lifestyle. Give me a call, send me a text, 813-864-6370. Thanks for watching.